Hey, I'm Brett from that's hiretheultimatemarketer.com, and I help construction contractors stop being invisible online because here's the thing. The next generation of project managers and general contractors are leaning on Google and AI more than ever before. Of course, word of mouth still matters. Of course, you should network. But if you want to get to the next level, you've got to get the phone calls from the people who are now going to AI and saying, what should I look for in a concrete, scaffolding, masonry, whatever, your niche, right? What should I look for in a blank contractor in blank city or state or county? That's where you need to show up. And go ahead and try it. Search for your own niche in your own area. Go to ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, your AI of choice, or just go to Google, and you will see in the response, it leaves a bunch of little citations, and you might even see your competitors' names in those citations because they are doing this already. And you are losing jobs to them because they're on it. And I can help you get on it too. So you can hire me. I'll talk about the 6-month engagement at the end. But first, if you just want a tip that you can do on your own, here's a great way for you to leverage data that's already at your fingertips and use AI so you know that you're making the most of that tool, which you should be using somehow, right? So I am going to use a real example. This is my client, Eagle Scaffolding Services in New York. They also serve New Jersey and Connecticut. So if you need scaffolding, shoring, sidewalk, shed, all that kind of stuff, fencing, barriers, give Eagle Scaffolding Services a call because they're the best. So here's an example of an email I got from them saying, look, here's the customer, here's the job name, here's a quick description. Make a project post on our website with this job. Now, once you see the photos, you'll see that this description is not doing it justice. This is a massive, impressive project, and we want it to look that way on the web. So I got this information and then a couple more photos. So I've got 3 photos and 1 line of text. So how did that become this? This beautiful page with a video background, nice title that includes a service type and a location. That's key for SEO and AI answers, right? You want that stuff showing up wherever you can on your website. We've got the photos, of course, that they sent me, and you can see this project is massive. It's such a cool project. And so we want a description below it that does it justice, right? We don't just have that one line of we did these things. We include stuff like the job ran through winter conditions, snow, ice, and high winds without missing a beat. When they needed scaffolding modified on the fly to thread cable lines through the structure, Eagle's foreman kept 2 crews moving simultaneously and adapted in real time. This is painting a picture for your prospect. AI wrote this, and AI did not hallucinate. AI didn't make it up. This stuff really happened on the job site, and Eagle handled it because they're pros. And we want to tell that story on the website. We want your expertise to stop being invisible to the internet. The internet needs to know you're legit. You have active projects, new projects regularly, and you have stories like this to back up the fact that you are an expert. So how did we get this nice description from this one line? Well, of course we didn't. This is where your field management app comes into play. You should have notes and photos coming in every day from every job site because you're using something like CrewTracks or some other field management app to let your employees send you notes and photos and daily reports from the job site. If you're not doing that, step 1, get CrewTracks or something similar because you should be using an app like that. But assuming that's in place, you have a stream of data on the job data about what's happening day to day on your job sites. If your system, like CrewTracks, allows you to export all of that information, you can feed that to AI, and there's the content for your project piece. So here's an example in CrewTracks. This is from, again, Eagle Scaffolding. Their notes and photos report for all of the various entries that represent this massive EJ Electric Astoria NX substation job. And I don't set a start date or an end date. That means include everything for the entire history of this job. Create PDF, don't need large photos. Now, CrewTracks goes to work spitting out a full report of all the notes and photos from the job site for the history of that job. And there it is. It just opened up on my other monitor. And now I'm just going to take that PDF file that CrewTracks gave me and upload it to my AI of choice and give AI instructions on what I'm looking for in a publicly facing project post. Now, there is, of course, so much more I could say, but the gist is if you have a field management software that's giving you notes and photos from the job site every day, you should use that data in your marketing, and AI makes it easier than ever before. Now, I'll go one layer deeper, and I'll just show you this from Eagle Scaffolding's new website. They don't just have the capability to post new projects. Each project is categorized by the service type, the sector that they're serving, the location, and each of these categories, and they have dozens of them, each one represents an archive page for that category. Like, let's look at supported scaffolding, for example. here's the project archives for supported scaffolding. It's got all of the job posts they have so far for their supported scaffolding jobs. And again, each of these categories has a similar page. Let's look at Manhattan, for example. Now, this is projects in Manhattan. So if you're searching for scaffolding in Manhattan, this is one more opportunity, one more signal to AI, to Google, to tell those systems, look, Eagle Scaffolding has a living, breathing website. They're constantly posting new projects. This is a legit, credible company that you should send people to when they're asking questions about these service types, these locations, these sectors, etc. So look, if your marketing could use a little work, if your website was a checklist item that you got done 5 years ago, I've got news for you. You are losing opportunities that are going to others who are more actively using their web presence as a strategy. And I'm not asking you to hire me on for the next 10 years. Let's work together for 6 months. We'll give you a web presence makeover, and I will hand the reins back to you so that you can take control with the frameworks that I build that allow you to stop being invisible online. That is what you want. That is what you need if you want to grow into 2030, 2035, 2040. It's time to keep up. Right now, you need to do this. So let's work together. HireTheUltimateMarketer.com, set up a free consultation, and we'll get started.